Welcome to Happy Valley, home of the Penn State Nittany Lions and one of the most passionate fan bases in all of college football. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we're ready to tee it up. And the Buckeyes will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. So Penn State's return team will have that offense backed up. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z. So these are big for the resume.
The receiver on the jet sweep. On the nasty move, and now he's got room. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. And the Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. Going up top on first down. Finds his tight end. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Last time these two got together, it was a tight one, Jesse.
It seems like every time these two teams play, the game just feels faster, right? Because it is a rivalry game. There's just a greater sense of urgency when we see these teams match up.
Yeah, the fans feel it. They know it. There's so much to it. They think about it all year long. When you talk about the next game on the schedule, they're always looking forward to this one.
And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line. And the Nittany Lions move the change with some signature hard-nosed running.
Some Big Ten physicality, some Big Ten running the football. Gotta have it. Gotta start with that when you're in the Big Ten and when you're at Penn State.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to him. He's got it. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Man, these in-breaking routes are so hard for these slot guys because you're so worried about them flying up the field vertically. Nice job sitting down, breaking in, finding a little hole, making a catch.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
It's complete on the right side. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And these two electrifying runners can put on a show, guys.
We always talk about the importance of tackling on defense, never more so than it came like this. When you've got two studs in the backfield that can make people look silly, you better bring hats to the football.
Yeah, and you think there'll be a lot of carries today? When you got running backs like this that you can feature, you're going to see them get the football a lot, early and often.
He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Handoff from the gun. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Just a simple power down. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle, physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, what they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the 4th quarter.
Oh, he left him grabbing. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. He's got it on the right. On the move is the 30. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Got it in the middle. It's Kane. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Receiver going for the edge on the jet sweep. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Flushed out of the pocket. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
First and 10.
And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Looking for a crease. It's DeMarco. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, Dave?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
They'll try the run. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
After the run, now to throw. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Looking down the middle. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, down.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Running back searching for a hole. The Buckeyes get it past the sticks.
That's a really nice run right there. One of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would have loved to have this guy in his backfield? His running style just marries so well with that. When you think about Ohio State and their tradition at running back, right? With all the athletes they've had throughout the decades, this guy was meant to play in the shoe.
And the Buckeyes are in the hurry-up. Off-play action on first down. That pass is incomplete.
That's a play the quarterback just has to get his feet set and then step into his throw. That's a big target he's throwing to. He shouldn't miss that pass, but he did because he was throwing off his back leg.
The sure hands, it's John. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They want to just keep throwing it. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
Quarterback had everything he wanted there. He knew pre-snap exactly where he was going. Of course he was going to be going towards his primary target. He just can't hook up with the completion.
They'll run it from the gun. Little too soft in that run defense. He picks up 4 to the 32. This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after it. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
How great is it if you're a defensive coordinator that you know I can put 6 DBs on the field in my dime package and I can still get home rushing 4. My guys up front are better than your guys, and we're going to go prove it. And they did just that.
Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, David.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Lee. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. He's going to pass. Quickly to the tight end. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
He's going to pass on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Hall. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
The offense sets up shop at the 46 on first down. Looking to move it through the air. Fires one high and deep. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, even though that pass was incomplete, I wouldn't be shocked if this defense in the second half decides to play some deeper coverages. This offense has already shown they're willing to be aggressive, and they've got a lot of speed. Moving forward, this defense cannot afford to give up big plays in the passing game.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. He wants to throw it. That's caught. It's Hall.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Let's see what they do here on third and short from the 41. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Wide receiver coming across in motion. In the gun and looking to throw on third down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense has it. They're going the other way.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense. Getting the sack, getting the fumble.
Unloads to the wideout. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. He's looking to throw it. Right down the middle. He's got it. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. DB's right up on the receivers. Trying to punch it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game. Didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Motion from the offense. off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Quarterback checking off. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys. And I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion. And no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. It's been very evenly played through 2 quarters. Both teams have been physical. Both teams have battled there in the trenches. Neither has been perfect, but they're both right there in this game. And it's kind of the calm before the storm. Each side sort of licking their wounds right now, but expect another fight in a phone booth in this second half.
The Nittany Lions will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it back looking for help. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37. The Buckeyes headed quickly to the line.
That's a great job getting the first down by that guy. He's a big-time weapon. He's got the speed. He's got everything you look for in a wide receiver. And it's funny, you think about Ohio State football. Back in the day, Woody Hayes running the ball 3 yards in a cloud of dust. But recently, they've been recruiting playmakers at the receiving position because this offense has changed. It's now up-tempo. They're now throwing the ball vertically down the field, and they've had so many guys go in the first round in recent years. This dude right here fits that mold to a T. Love watching this guy play.
That ball hit him right in a bad spot, right in the hands. Really unfortunate he didn't come down there.
The noise level is relentless here on second down. On the move, he fires. He's got it on the move. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. This defense needing this energy from the crowd in a goal-to-go situation. Quick hitting end around on first and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now second and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much in the defense. QB runs in for 6.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Showing the arm strength to the left. It's complete. A huge pickup. All kinds of running room. Touchdown, Penn State! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
This offense has a second down play. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. They move the chains on the ground. Now another first down. He wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He makes a catch. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to get the edge on the right. Powers through the defender. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. From the gun, the running back has it. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
I think you run that play on second down knowing it's going to make third down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the return man will have no chance as the ball sails out of bounds. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this?
And the ball is intercepted. Touchdown, Ohio State. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
Trying to find his man on first down. He'll pull it down and run. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
2nd and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught. But how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Nittany Lions in the hurry-up. They'll throw it on first down. Oh, he wants it all. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
I think it's really hard to overthrow that guy. He is already that fast, and he breaks open, and you have an opportunity just to club up a little bit. Just put a little bit more air underneath that and let the speedster run underneath it and make you look like a hero, but oh boy, it's kind of the opposite.
Slips through his hands and incomplete, and they had everything set up for the screen except the catch. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught behind the line. It's DeMarco. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the catch past the sticks. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Get it out on the screen. Just trucks through it. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver shows motion. To the air on 1st down. Incomplete. He threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back.
I feel like the defense right now is living rent-free in this QB's head. Of course, they picked him off the last drive. They almost picked him off right there. This defense doing a nice job mixing up their looks, and they're completely confusing.
This one's complete. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. He'll throw on 3rd down. The throw to the outside is complete. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Well, this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have a nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good.
Touchdown! The quarterback sneak pays off as he gets it across the goal line. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. Coming down the stretch in the 4th, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. From inside the 10, here he comes. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
I love having guys that have the ability to make something happen after they catch it. Simple hitch route, right? Okay, give me some extra yards. Get me a 1st down after the play. Nice job by the wide receiver.
The throw. He's got his man. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with the 1st down. The Buckeyes moving quickly to the line. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Discards him with the stiff arm. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. Might as well give it to him again. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Caught over the middle. It's Brown. And he might be known for one pitch, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. Third down, and these fans trying to make it impossible to communicate. Off play action. Throws to the tight end. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time. But when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
The kickoff team on the field, and he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, Dave. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
The offense has got to find something here in the fourth quarter. You can tell, pressing a little bit. They need that big play. They want that big play to try to make this game a better ball game. Took the shot, unsuccessful, but I wouldn't be surprised if they take some more of those.
Getting some heat. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. He's looking downfield to throw. Skips away from pressure. He's got him wide open. And he wisely gets out of bounds. The clock can be the enemy right now, and this offense needs to get some points.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Unloads to the right. Makes the grab. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a first down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game.
Well, that's exactly why you practice these 2-minute situations. The quarterback knew exactly where to go. He's trying to work the sideline, save some clock. Great route by the receiver getting open, making the catch, getting out of bounds. And this drive is off to a pretty good start.
And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. After misfiring, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Looking to throw it again. Feeling some heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On fourth down, looking to pass. Fires to the right. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Nice job by this defense in a clutch moment. You knew they were going to throw the football. Fourth down, great coverage, break on the football, force the incompletion, and more importantly, you get the ball back to your offense with a chance to just run this clock and get out of here with a win.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with fourth down coming. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced this situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots, throw beyond the first down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Field goal.